Hello and welcome to Understand in Under 5 Market Research Concepts in Less Than 5 Minutes. Today, I will talk about a concept called willingness to pay. Marketers and product managers are usually tasked with pricing a product or service that is being rolled out in the market. Sometimes, a product or service gets updated or a brand new feature is added. How can managers know how to price this product? In a previous video, I talked about the different methods of pricing products and why the pricing method called cost plus pricing is so detrimental to businesses. Successful businesses do it differently, and they base their pricing practices on the value customers attach to the product or service. It's called value-based pricing, and a critical component of it is to understand what customers are willing to pay. In this video, I will walk you through how marketers can measure what customers are willing to pay for a product or service feature. One of the best methods to measure willingness to pay requires an analysis technique called conjoint analysis. If you're not familiar with conjoint analysis, I highly recommend you watch my video on it to understand the mechanics of choice task and what utility scores are, which are the foundation for measuring willingness to pay. I'll put a link in the description. So, let's suppose we have a product that is part of a category, and products in this category have a couple of relevant attributes by which customers evaluate products. Brand is one, some customers may be loyal to certain brands. Packaging size is another, and so is price. Of course, price is always a critical component. Okay, so let's say one company is looking to introduce a new product in the category, and this product will be unique. It will only have organic ingredients. What they're trying to decide is, will customers be willing to pay more for a product with organic ingredients? And if yes, how much more? The way to answer that question rests on conjoint analysis. Let's assume that we have already given a choice task exercise in a survey to 200 potential customers, and we've conducted a conjoint analysis on the data, and now we have calculated the utility scores for the levels of the 4 relevant attributes: brand, size, price, and ingredients. What you see here are the part worth utility scores for the product attributes and their various levels. You can clearly see that the brand name Henex is the most preferred brand. Gloof is the least preferred brand name. In terms of ingredients, you can see that organic has a higher utility score than non-organic. Now that we have the utility scores, we can create a little market simulator where we can recreate the competitive landscape in the market. Using the utility scores, we can estimate customer preference for each product in the category. This is what you see here, a simple Excel-based simulator in which we set up the 4 main players in the category: Henex, Brodex, Gloof, and Playdom. For each product, we see the product attributes and the corresponding part worth utility scores, which we got from the conjoint analysis. If we sum up the part worth utility scores, we get a total utility for that product. After we exponentiate these total utilities, we are able to calculate each product's preference share. In other words, if all the products were equally available in the market, preference share would closely approximate market share. Now we're looking to introduce a new organic product, so I added it to the simulator. This product has organic ingredients, and as you can see, in a category with only non-organic products, an organic product, if offered at the same price as the rest, would be highly attractive. It has a 42% preference share. So how do we calculate the price premium the organic product could charge? How do we calculate what customers are willing to pay for an organic option? Here are the steps. First, let's assume the new product is also non-organic. Observe its preference share. As you can see, it's 18%. Then, let's make the product organic and start increasing its price. Currently, it's $14.99. As you increase its price, its preference share begins to drop. Increase it by $2 to $16.99, and now the share is 23%. Increase it by $2 more, and the share dropped to 18%, or exactly where it was when it was non-organic. What this shows is that a non-organic product for $14.99 is valued the same as an organic product for $19.99, or customers are willing to pay $4 extra for the organic version of the product. And this is how leading companies calculate pricing for new features: customers' willingness to pay. If you like this video, please hit like and don't forget to subscribe. That way you won't miss future Understand in Under 5 videos. See ya!